Hello all, welcome back to another edition of TBC Tidbits. Today, we really didn't have the official name for this, so we're kind of making it up, but we're calling it a hair toss head roll. It's kind of a dip, body roll combination of things, and you'll see what we're talking about in a second. So, a lot of times, there's some tips or tricks and stuff that we want to throw in there, and people like throw a dip in and go back up. But one of my favorite ones, especially to do with this one right here, is I'll change weight side to side, and then we'll do this little hair whip, and then body roll, and come back up. One of the important things about this thing is not that I'm trying to force her to be like, well, force her here and send her all the way through and pull her back up. And does that hurt the body? I'm more on the equilibrium side of things and making sure that we're both pretty balanced. So when I do something like this with her, whatever it is, wherever we're going, social dancing or in a competition or something, I tend to rock side to side. This way I know we're on the correct foot. And now I'm on my right foot. And what I'll do is I'll put my weight over to my left foot, and then what I'm going to do is extend my elbows and give her a chance to go as I sit into my knees and hips. But I'm actually back on my right foot and she's on her right foot. And I change weight and go around. And then I bring myself back up to that foot. So really, it's not me sending Andrea around while I stay stationary. It's me going away from her. She drops her head. I go around the circle, and I'm bringing myself up. I'll let Andrea tell you what she's feeling throughout all this.
So as a lady, I want to make sure, like Gil had mentioned, that I'm putting my head back, because if I start to hinge from my waist and I don't put my head back, I become very, very heavy. So I want to make sure that I'm putting my head back so that my chest is lifted up, and I can feel free to go as far or not so far as I would like to. So if I just want to have a small one and make sure that I'm very balanced, I will go just from the rib cage and lift my head around. And as you can see, I'm not bending my knees, I'm not going very far. So I have that option to make it look dramatic without being so dangerous.
Too physical with it, really.
Another tip that I want to point out is generally, as a lady, if you're hanging upside down, close your eyes. So this is more of an aesthetic point than it is any physical point, but I'll show you the difference here, how scary it can look if you have your eyes open. You have your eyes open the whole time when you're doing that, versus if you just close your eyes and enjoy the moment, you have a whole different feel to this particular step.
One of the things I also want to add with this too is, earlier I had said when I go over to my left side, I'll sit down and away from her, and I want to give space for her hips to come up. She had said earlier her chest is up too, but she also has to give I have to give her room for her hips to come forward and slightly up, which means that I can't stay here. I have to counterbalance away, so I almost feel like I'm sitting back in a bar stool. So when I go over to the side, boom, I go away from her a bit, and then that's my chance to come back up towards her when we go to the walk again. So last time, if I roll her in, if you are able to get to this connection point where you can just go and whoosh and come around, it's a really fun dramatic step. So thank you for joining us again for another TBC Tidbit. Stay tuned next week when we go play with something else. All right? We'll talk to you soon. Take care.